And because he is our first, he and Miss Williams has prompted us to evolve. So in his honor and his name, this award will forever and always be called the Tom Scales Hero Award.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you to DeQuanda for her tireless battle against child sexual abuse. Let's give her a hand. And I want to say thank you to the partners in the room that worked so tirelessly. We need thousands of organizations like SOCAF, like Voice Today, like Seawave, like many others, like Elegant Doves. There's not enough of us, like Living Waters. So we are a partnership, a beautiful partnership to fight this battle. I have to say a few words about Tom Scales because I know he's not going to say it about himself. So I'm just going to tell you, Lynn did a wonderful job talking about courage. But in my mind, there are three things that a hero does. And this is why I felt so compelled to nominate Tom. One is a hero fights evil. They fight injustice. And every single day, Tom Scales fights that evil and fights that injustice. And whether he's doing it at a governor's task force meeting for commercially sexually exploited children, or he's doing it in our office talking to survivors, or he's speaking on radio and TV, his life is about fighting that evil. And when we see heroes that stick out in our minds, they are continually fighting, and they're fighting that with a passion. I know no one else more passionate than Tom Scales about fighting this evil of child sexual abuse. Secondly, they do show a great deal of courage. Tom goes boldly into dark places with people. He goes boldly to rescue those from darkness and from the bondage of child sexual abuse. He has great courage to share his own story, to write a story, terrible things happened to me, and to be so vulnerable in this book. I cannot begin to tell you the lives that this has touched and the lives that this has changed. And it goes to my third point. One, we see great courage in fighting evil, a great courage in this man, but we see a legacy. And Tom Scales is creating a legacy. The legacy that will change the world for generations. A legacy that has changed my life as being a father figure. A legacy that has changed Voice Today by being our first executive director. A legacy of showing what a godly family man is like with a beautiful wife, Liza, of 40-plus years, and a beautiful daughter and a beautiful son, Sarah and Patrick, and a legacy of a beautiful granddaughter that because of his actions, little Madison can be protected, and her children and her children's children. So Tom is leaving a legacy for years to come with SOCAF, with an award that will be named in his honor for the many men that will come after him, for the many men that he will give a voice to stand up and say, I was sexually abused as a child, but I don't carry that shame. So without any more talk, thank you for letting me get outside the box, and thank you for allowing me the great privilege and the honor to present to you the 2012 Unsung Hero, Tom Scales.
Everyone who knows me knows that this is not my favorite place. I love to work with individuals. I love to work in small groups where I'm literally a part of the group. There are a couple of people that I'd like to recognize today. Angela mentioned my wife, and I'm going to ask Liza to stand up. Without question, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for her. We've been married over 40 years, through thick and thin. There's been a lot of thin along with the thick. I would also tell you that she was 6'3" when we got married. So the process of living with a survivor can be very, very difficult. I want to thank Angela because it's because of Angela that I walked into a church one day and saw in the bulletin support group for adult survivors of child sexual abuse. It literally turned my life around and gave me purpose. And I can't thank her enough for her courage every day in showing me how to reach out to adult survivors and how to minister to them in such a way that we bring them on the path to healing. I'd also like to talk to a special group in this room today. I would tell you, for all the groups that I talk to, I've never talked to a group with as many men in the room. And I'd like to address you specifically. The job of protecting your children, the job of protecting your son, the job of protecting your daughter does not belong to your wife. It belongs to both of you. And I challenge each one of you to become active in the process of learning how predators act, what they are like, what their behavior looks like, and how you can intervene and how you can protect children. There can be no more important task than a father protecting his daughter and showing her his daughter by his behavior what the proper behavior of a man is. And I challenge each one of you. I would also say that the statistics say that 1 in 6 men are survivors of child sexual abuse. Looking around, the odds are pretty good. I'm not the only guy in the room who's been touched by this. And if you are a survivor of child sexual abuse, I reach out to you. You can reach me through the Voice webpage. We'd love to talk with you. We want you to step out and heal. We want you to find your voice. We want you to become a voice for the children that are being abused today. We want you to find a voice for the children that need protection. And there's no better place to do it than through Save Our Children and Families. And so I ask you, find a safe person, reach out. We're not just saving children. Just as sexual abuse is a generational evil, saving children is a generational evil also. And there's no question when you protect a child and a child reaches 18 with their physical, sexual, emotional, and spiritual boundaries intact, that you have just raised up an enormously powerful parent for the next generation. And so I leave you with those thoughts. I'm humbled by the award, and I thank DeQuanda. This is just amazing. Thank you.
So in honor of Saving Our Children and Families, we would like to present Mr. Tom Scales with the 2012 Unsung Hero Award. Can you not see why he's the hero in this room today?